Hi, my name is Anya Timonik, and today I will be having an informative speech on how music affects the brain. So Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "Without music, life would be a mistake." Why did he say that? Because isn't music just something on we have in the background? It's totally mindless and you don't even think about it. Like, how would it have that much effect on you? Well, actually, music affects your emotions, your memory, and your job performance. It affects your emotions by enhancing your mood and de-stressing you. It enhances your memories through cognitive stimuli and enhances job performance by stimuli producing motivation. So the first one we're going to learn is that emotion is tied to everything. So let's start with that. Let's first start with emotion. So how does music affect your emotion? Well, it's on the background. Well, music is directly connected to your auditory complex. Of course, you hear it. And the auditory complex communicates with the nervous system, which tells the body to do all of these different reactions through this hormone, the feel-good hormone called dopamine. Well, if it's called the feel-good hormone, of course that has to do with emotions, right? Because it's in the anagland, which is all the emotion center of the brain. And that just happens to be exactly where we process music. So our brain, when you listen to music, it is directly linked to all these different aspects of the brain. In fact, in CAT scans, whenever the patients listen to music, that aspect of the brain lights up. Everything that has to do with emotions, it lights up in the brain. So music is actually directly connected to emotions. So if you want to feel more pumped up, you can listen to your Get Hype playlist, and it will actually drive you to feel more stimulated. Same thing with if you listen to music that's a little bit sadder, you feel more calm, you feel more depressed, because it is a direct link to emotions. And what is emotions all tied with? Memory. Your memory of you winning that first trophy, that has a connection with an emotion of happiness. Your memory of you stubbing your toe, that has an emotion of being painful. So music can also enhance this memory. In fact, with Alzheimer's, they're actually finding that music therapy is more effective than the traditional speech therapies that they have been doing, because emotion and music is directly intertwined with all of the aspects of the brain that deal with memory. As you can see here on my presentation, there's many different regions of the brain that is connected with music as well. And that direct lineage is not a coincidence. So you can actually find that listening to music can enhance your memory and trigger different things from that emotion that's coming with that memory. And with all of these stimuli, it can also affect your job performance. But how does it affect your job performance? Because isn't it just something you have on in the background? Well, why do we have it on the background? Because it blocks out all of this other noise that is going on. So not only can it block out all that other noise that's going on physically, but also the noises in your head. And so when you listen to music, you actually feel way more focused. And since it's this stimuli that I've been discussing with emotions and memory, it's also a stimulus that helps with motivation. You put on music and you feel like you can conquer the world almost. And it's psychologically proven. So, and also with the job, having that motivation, even just a desk job, can feel like you can do and conquer the world. So they've learned that having music on is actually really effective, and if you want to bump up yourself to be able to get that job done. So it can actually have a big effect in your career. And so, as I've discussed, music affects your emotions, it affects your memory, and it enhances your job performance. Because music affects the brain. So actually, it's not just this noise that we have on the background. It makes you focus, it enhances your memory, it makes you pumped up, or it can make you sadder, all of those things. So actually, next time you're listening to your playlist, maybe you should think about how it's actually going to affect you in your brain and how it can affect your day-to-day life. Thank you so much for listening.